In today's video, we're taking a look at a crazy complicated machine we built to pull off a very simple task. It was part of another project and we want to walk you through everything we did. Guys, a little while ago for a company called Constant Contact, we built a Rube Goldberg machine that ran through this entire studio. And today here on our channel, we want to take a closer look at some of the things we did and how it all worked together.
Now, this was amazing. I actually wasn't even here in the beginning, but Nate brought in so many people. You brought in your friends Travis and Keith and Ansley, prop builders and creators and makers. This thing was elaborate and it was so cool to see when I walked in.
I think it took us about 15 tries of resetting some or all of it before we finally got it to work all the way through. We were so excited and relieved when it worked. And I know there are probably people who have done Rube Goldberg machines where they had to reset it hundreds of times, but we had spent a lot of time building this and we thought setting it up that we had tested and everything was like foolproof, and no, it was not. Individually, all the pieces work, but when you put everything together, it starts to get a little bit more complicated. I think the thing that went wrong the most is our tennis ball would bounce. After it did what it was supposed to, it would then bounce and just roll through some dominoes when I didn't catch it in time. It would always manage to trigger something else in the room. Some other things that went wrong, our rope that was supposed to burn, we had a few times where it would burn but not all the way through. Hang on just a little tiny thread every time. Ruining things. Little bits of engineering as we went along, okay, well that didn't work, so put up a barrier. That didn't work, so make sure it has a guideline to follow. It was intense. And we learned a lot, so if we ever do another one, we won't have things like hinges made of tape. We'll have hinges made of hinges that don't have sideways play and they will always go in the same directions and stuff. But it was a lot of fun and it was really cool to finally see it work. All right, let's take a look at how the machine is supposed to work. Going to work, definitely going to work. First step, I have this lovely catapult where I will hit this spatula and the tennis ball will be launched through the air and it should land in this towel basket. It will then roll down the ramp. The ramp will come down, and here we have a blowtorch with a piece of PVC attached to the gas knob. Right now it's not running, but when we connect the electricity, there's now a starter going off inside the tube for the gas. So the ball should hit the lever, open the gas, which will then get lit because the starter is going off automatically, and then the burner is going to hit this rope. We've got cotton rope stretched up there, down here, and on a hinge we have my concrete foot. The foot will fall down and land on this bladder, forcing air into the blowgun. When the blowgun is properly loaded with a dart, it being stomped will send the dart flying out at high speed. Our blowgun is aimed at this large balloon. The balloon is just kind of wedged between this piece of plastic and the ceiling, and over here we have a baseball. This baseball, when the balloon is not there anymore, will roll down the ramp. Here on a hinge we have our insulated container, which will hold liquid nitrogen. It doesn't stand up right now, it needs the weight of the liquid nitrogen in it. But the baseball will hit that, it will fall over and spill the liquid nitrogen into this tray. Our balloon, full of air, will then begin to shrink. And as soon as the balloon gets small enough, this ramp will tip down, letting this golf ball roll all the way down the ramp. The ball is directed from the funnel into this cup, which has a string on it. The string goes up to the ceiling where we have a couple of hooks and is connected to this permanent marker. There are marbles being stopped by the permanent marker, so as soon as that gets pulled out of the way, they will make their merry way down, 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 spinning and dropping all the way until they drop out over here. Now this isn't quite in place yet because I can't put it in place until it's loaded, but this is a mouse trap. The trigger is this button, which will be positioned right under where the marbles fall. When it does that, it's going to pull the string. That string is connected right here where we have this, our heavy copper weight gear on a pulley. That's gonna act as a zip line along this whole green paracord, and that's gonna take off down the room to the other side. With the weight on it, it should come down and we'll have a big magnet attached to this inside the copper pipe. It'll get dropped when it gets hit by that copper gear, and it will very slowly fall down this copper pipe. The eddy currents between the copper pipe and the magnet will make it drop slowly down. When it gets to the bottom, it will hit this panel. That panel will knock the dominoes over, and then we have domino rally. We've got some gaps, that's so we don't accidentally knock all of them over if we accidentally knock some of them over. Domino will hit right there, which should tip up at the top and fire off some more dominoes, which will go up, climbing up these little stairs, trigger another mousetrap. That mousetrap will tip, this will be full of sulfur hexafluoride, heavy gas. This will get tipped over and it will then pour the sulfur hexafluoride into our balance with the bags on the end. Once there's sulfur hexafluoride in this bag, it'll be much heavier, it will fall down, it will tip this piece of foam core, it will start our next domino rally. These dominoes will come, tip this, which will then move forward and knock a cup full of molten gallium. Again, like the insulated container for the liquid nitrogen, this will only stay up when it has the weight of the gallium in it, but it gets tipped, falls down, pours into the funnel, drops down the tube into another funnel, into this channel of plastic. And here we have 2 screws, which will be letting the gallium complete a circuit. Once the circuit is complete, the motor starts to turn. As the motor turns, the string is gathered here on this wheel, and as the string is gathered, it's going up and back down, and it's attached right here to this little cart. That will get pulled up, 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 up. When it reaches the top here, some of those coins, as well as these coins, will get dropped down onto our Plinko board. They'll bounce, bounce, bounce down through all of the little pegs, and some of them will land in this plastic cup. It has a string on it going up to eye hooks in the ceiling and attached to this domino. That domino is stopping this truck from taking off on its merry way down the course. It will shoot out through the pipe, hit the peg out of the way, dropping this arm down to successfully apply our postage stamp to our envelope. It's really the simplest thing.
Pull it, pull it, pull it! Ah! Oh, so much time.
Oh, a marble bounced over here. Tilt, darn you. Oh, come on. Really, of all the places. Good save on the baseball. Golf ball is rolling. Marbles are going. Fox is flying. Magnet's dropping. Dominoes going.
Oh my gosh.
Yes! Woo! I mean, it works every single time. Stamp properly applied, as expected. It's never gone wrong, so, you know. Woo! That's fantastic. All right, it only took maybe 10 shots? About 10 total, which frankly, second try, only one thing went wrong.
It did, it worked, guys. Oh my gosh, holy cow.
That was fantastic. That was a lot of things. Several of them went wrong, but we got one run all the way through perfectly. It worked. Woo! Guys, thank you for watching. This has been a ton of fun. You know we've always got new great videos coming out. Hit that box right there to watch another one of them, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.